Hello and welcome. I'm super excited to have you here in this class. I love spending time with women who want to become more authentic and more real and consciously create meaningful lives. And so the time is now to stop settling and start living and confidently go for your dreams, right? That's why you're here. In this masterclass, you'll learn about the three internal blocks that are standing between you and your dreams and how you can get rid of them once and for all. I just want to encourage you just to turn off any distractions right now. I'm going to give you a lot of great value. If you try to multitask, you're going to be wasting your precious time. And with this, let's get the ball rolling. All right, here we go. The comedian Lily Tomlin said, I always wanted to be somebody, but now I realize I should have been more specific. Can you relate? Isn't it true that we have to be so clear and intentional on who we want to be? Otherwise, we may end up as somebody we don't want to be, maybe even as one of our parents. It's happened before. So while there are some people who are going for the self-actualization, that inner peace, the majority of us want have something to accomplish. And my guess is you're here because you're feeling frustrated, because you know that you're capable of so much more, but you don't know how to unlock it. Or you may be stuck in a rut and you don't know how to get out. Or you've been talking about making changes, wanting to be in a relationship or changing your career or improving your health, but you haven't really made a move yet. Or you may have gone through a major life disruption. And right now you're feeling discouraged. You're struggling because you don't know what life's going to look like now. If this is you, I want to send you some love through the ether and let you know that you are in the right place. No matter what your situation is, I can pretty much guarantee you that there are three internal blocks that stop most anyone from going for and from achieving their dreams. And so in this class, I'm going to teach you exactly what those blocks are and how you can burst free and start to confidently move towards your dreams. So let's do this. And the fact that you're even here in this class means you are ready. You're already empowering yourself. You're on your way to success. And so most of us, we've got areas that work great, right? Areas where we are already expressing our potential. But then we have areas that may not go so well. Like this little dog. There may be this gap between where we're at and where we want to be. And this can be frustrating, especially when we don't know how to turn it around. And you're smart, you're accomplished, but no matter what school you went to, nobody taught you those deeper secrets of how to consciously create life, consciously create relationship and success, business, or whatever you want to create. And so when I started a business, got married, started a family, nobody had taught me either. And I learned a lot through the school of hard knocks. The principles I'm going to be sharing with you here, they helped me to triple my income and then now live my dream life with the love of my life. But it wasn't always like that. About 10 years ago now, when I was still living in New Zealand, my life was turned upside down. My marriage of 20 years fell apart. We lost our family home, lost all our money, and I only had a small part-time business to keep myself afloat. And if you've ever been in a situation like this, you know what a scary place that is. And so this is when a friend of mine said to me, he sort of put his arm around me and said, Karolina, what you have created is because of your patterns of thinking and your way of being. All you need to do is change those and you can create something different. And this kind of shocked me at first, but then it rang true with a deep part within myself. And I thought, okay, if this is how things work, I'm going to prove this to myself. It gave me hope. And I rolled up my sleeves and I started to get to work. And I literally spent every spare cent I had on healing practitioners and on coaches. And I got them to help me turn my subconscious inside out. And I was shocked at the amount of disempowering beliefs, thoughts, and emotions that were lurking there. I had no idea. Beliefs about myself as a woman, about money, about relationship, about life. Beliefs like, I'm not good enough. I'm stupid. Women are second-rate citizens. You can't trust men. Life's hard and a struggle. And on and on. And so I started to work on my thinking. Well, that's a little early. I started to work on my thinking and started to deal with my unresolved emotional issues. Releasing anger and grudges and forgiving a whole bunch of people. And it was amazing, with every shift in my thinking and with every childhood wound I healed and insecurity I let go of, I started to feel comfortable in my own skin. My self-worth grew, my self-love grew, and I started to feel empowered rather than fearful. And exactly what my friend predicted started to happen. Life started to mirror my new empowered consciousness back to me in the form of exciting new opportunities for increased income and business growth, for more real and authentic relationships, and life started to have more more ease and flow. And then 4 years later, I met the love of my life and started a totally amazing new marriage and life in Sedona. And so I really got it that in life, we don't get what we want. In life, we get what we are. And you may just want to let this sink in. This is the truth. And so now, as a life coach, I take you through the same processes and teach you the same tools. So you can literally step into my footsteps to, turn your life around, or whatever area of your life that you want to turn around. And so along the way, I just developed this model. And this model has helped my client and is helping my clients to let go of those inner blocks and to connect with their inner brilliance. And, amazing things happen when you do this. People get more confident, they attract their partner, they change their careers, whatever they want, amazing things happen when you go through this process. And I'll talk a little bit more about this later on. Of going through all those experiences, there are 3 things I learned for sure. And so if they can do it, so can I. If somebody had told me when I was down and out that one day I'd be living the life I live now, I probably wouldn't have believed it. But if I can do it, so can you. Whatever it is you want to achieve, if somebody has already done it, so can you. Okay? And number 2, this seems obvious. To create the life you want, you must take action. But in the self-transformation field, we can be doing a lot of thinking and feeling and think we're doing work. But unless you doing specific steps and working towards your goals and dreams, and you're working on changing, nothing is going to change. It's not enough. And I'm sure you've heard this quote before by Will Rogers. Even if you're on the right track, you'll get run over if you just sit there. Isn't that the truth? And so if you're listening to podcasts, reading books, learning meditations, all those things are great. I love them too. But if you don't have a plan and you are in action towards your goals and dreams, nothing is going to change. It's not enough. Okay. And so ideally what you want is a customized strategy that's customized for your unique needs. And number 3, manifesting your dreams can be easy. Often we believe that the things that we want, it's got to be really hard to get them, right? I don't know whether you can relate to that, but the truth is, let this sink in. This belief, it's a belief, that it can be easy. When you let go of your internal blocks, when you know how to tap into your brilliance, you become a powerful force. And what I found is when you get into the flow, the things that you want start to come towards you. You don't have to struggle and fight for them anymore. And things can happen really quickly. Okay, so remember those 3 life hacks. If they can do it, so can I. To create the life you want, you must take action, and manifesting your dreams can be easy. Okay, so what we'll cover today. The number 1 key, the truth of your deepest potential. I'm sure you want to know about that. Then we dive into those 3 blocks that stand between you and your dreams and how you can clear them. And then I'll tell you a little bit more about this model I showed you a moment ago, the 7 essential elements that help you create your dreams. So the truth is, you have this amazing potential. It's there right now. This wellspring of knowingness, you have all the answers. You have this unique combination of abilities, talents, gifts. You may just need some help unlocking your brilliance. You are amazing. And so right now, I'd like you to just say this out loud. I am amazing. Can I hear you? I am amazing. You are amazing. That's the truth. You can be, do, and have what you want. Okay, so this is the truth of your potential. It's limitless. But here's the catch. Who's showing up here today is not necessarily this potential. It's not your true self, because your true self is buried. And I just want you to sit with this for a little bit. And so let's just look. Let's dive into those blocks and see what happened to your true self. How did she get lost? So let's be honest. Nobody goes through life unscathed. Negative events happen. It's part of life, right? It happens to everybody. So let me introduce you to little Susie. When she was about 7 years old, she made a mistake in class and everybody laughed, even her best friends, even the teacher. And so Susie feels this wave of humiliation and embarrassment. She doesn't know what to do with those emotions, so she just pushes them away. And then in the back of her mind, she starts to hear this voice. Maybe I'm stupid. I must be stupid. And then as a result, she doesn't raise her hand anymore as much as she used to, because she wants to avoid those feelings and making a fool of herself at all costs. And so gradually this record starts to develop in the back of her mind, this negative self-talk. You can't do that. You're stupid. You're not good enough. And so as a result, she may not explore things as much as she used to. She may keep herself small. She may even become this perfectionist who's only going to do anything if she knows that it's going to be 100% perfect. Any perfectionists here by any chance? Raise your hand. Or is it me? Am I the only one? Okay, thank you. Or Susie may even get one degree after another to prove to herself and to the world that she is not stupid. In either scenario, is she acting from freedom? No. The thing is, those emotions, beliefs, and the self-talk, they don't go away. They become those silent forces that are in the subconscious, starting to run your life just quietly without you even noticing. And so let's just talk about the emotions a little bit more. Neuroscience has proven that those emotions, they literally get stuck somewhere in the body and in the subconscious. And then they manifest, those emotions, they flow through the way we feel about ourselves, our thoughts. They flow into our behaviors and actions, and then they come back to us as our results. We can't escape our unresolved emotions. So they may manifest as lack of self-confidence, lack of self-worth, fear, anxiety, depression, overreacting, just having a short fuse, anger, dis-ease. I can't tell you how many clients I've worked with whose physical symptoms, the chronic pain, the fibromyalgia, their insomnia, their high blood pressure, what you name it, that it had a connection with unresolved emotional issues. And those symptoms respond when you release this old stress, this old toxicity out of your system. Addiction also. Addictions are actually, the way I see it, is a strategy we develop to avoid feeling those old emotions. The way you know whether you have fully resolved an old event or not is to ask yourself, and maybe don't go to your worst event right now, just ask yourself, feel into your body and just feel, are there still emotions that come up? Disempowering emotions. Is there still regret or grief or anger or blame or hurt? With regards to the people that were associated with that. Because when you've truly healed a past event, you've come to a place of peace. You've got a bigger understanding. You've forgiven the people, you've forgiven yourself. And you've learned a life lesson, and you're really getting it, that this was an important event in your life to get you to your next version of yourself, your next empowered self. If something comes to mind and you still have emotions bubbling up, you know that you need to do something about that, okay? Ways to start the healing process. So there's something simple you can do right away. It's free. You can do it straight away at home. You want to start journaling. And here are just some tips. Apply time, maybe say 2 to 5 minutes, or you say you write 1 to 2 pages, and then sit down and free flow write. No thinking, no censoring, and just pour what's in your mind and heart onto the paper around this issue that you haven't resolved yet. Because what happens is, when you get this top emotional layer out of your system onto the paper, invariably you're going to get some deeper insights, some aha moments, a fresh new perspective, deeper understanding that will help you start to process this event. But really, journaling is just the tip of the iceberg. We're talking here really releasing and healing those past events, those past traumas. And so there are lots of different modalities, and I encourage you to find something that resonates with you and a person that resonates with you, and roll up your sleeves and dive in, so you can be free, so you can achieve the goals without having those silent saboteurs running the show. So we have got the journey work. So that's what I offer to my clients. There's breath work, there's energy work, there are lots of different things. Okay. So it's just a matter of doing something. I'd like to introduce you to Carmen. She went beyond journaling and did several journey sessions with me. And so Carmen was struggling with lifelong issues and hard to treat physical health issues. And she said that the journey work helped bring to the surface her issues, that's deeper issues around family, physical pain, and trauma. And after this series of treatments, now the compassion and forgiveness she feels for herself and others is profound and is transforming her world. Don't we all want to feel more compassion, forgiveness for ourselves and others? And so she says she's been liberated from many issues that she has carried with her for most of her life. And so remember, if Carmen can do it, so can you. Okay, if Carmen can find compassion and forgiveness, so can you. Okay, let's remember that. And also what I would like to highlight is those emotions, those beliefs, those old traumas, those thoughts, none of this is who you really are. This is what keeps the real you, this beautiful potential, buried, okay? And so the truth is, if you don't heal your past, it will always be in your future. So if you want to free your true self, you gotta heal your past, all right? Another thing that stands in our way are those negative and disempowering beliefs. And so I see people stay in relationships where nobody is growing anymore. Stay in a job that they hate. Not making their brilliant ideas a reality. Not promoting your business, settling for mediocre results. So all those kind of things. So when we're settling, we know that there are beliefs running the show. This is what is really important. It's the beliefs we need to look at. They stop us from moving forward. They keep us stuck in confusion. So here is Judy. When Judy came to see me, she was really discouraged and frustrated because it seemed like success seemed to elude her. Whatever she did, she seemed to fail. She pulled out of class just before she could have gotten her degree at the university. Then she started a little multi-level marketing business and it failed. She did another little business and that failed. Then she settled for a secretarial position. And her boss wanted to promote her to management, but she wouldn't want to have a bar of it. And so we started to talk, during our session. And what sort of got revealed was that Judy, when she was a child, she was called the hard worker. And her sister was the smart one, the one with the brains. And as a child, Judy made that mean about herself that, well, obviously I'm the dumb one, I'm the one without brains, right? And she started to feel less than, that she wasn't measuring up, that, no matter how hard she tried, she could never be as good as her sister. What's the point of even trying? And so she sentenced herself to a smaller, more limited life. And those beliefs and emotions, they were sabotaging her success. Okay. And so after healing and coaching work, she realized that those beliefs, they weren't the truth then, and they're not the truth now. And she reclaimed her power from the past. And she, we helped her unlock her brilliance. And she gained in confidence, and she stopped comparing herself to her sister and to anybody else, at all. And then she started a small business, which was a dream of her. And she started to blossom, and then her business started to blossom. So again, if Judy can do it, so can you. How do we deal with those negative beliefs? Affirmations are very powerful to help turn those beliefs around. And when you work with me, I have a process that really helps you to, to create a customized affirmation and to have a process that integrates it into your system to replace the old belief that wasn't working. And again, there are a lot of different modalities. And again, I'm asking you to find something that works for you and just do the work. And sometimes it's really scary to look at those old issues because we don't know what we're going to find. And we kind of had been pushing it, shoved it under the rug for so long. But the results are priceless. So, okay, so we got the journey, which helps to also clear the emotions that have been fueling those old beliefs. Hypnotherapy, tapping, there's lots of different things. I'd like to introduce you to a very dear client of mine, Hardy from Germany. When we first met, he was a bank employee and he had an average income. He was frustrated, didn't really enjoy his job. He always wanted to be self-employed. He wanted to teach courses. And so through the coaching, his self-confidence grew and he let go of limiting friends and became self-employed. So he fulfilled his dream. And so now he works less, doubled his income, and also enjoys a wonderful relationship and a great lifestyle. And another dream he had was to have a family and have a little child. And so, yeah, he's got a beautiful little boy now. We can fulfill our dreams when we let go of our internal blocks, and tap into this potential. When we free this beautiful true self, then she can step up and shine. And again, if Hardy can do it, so can you. Yeah, it's not rocket science. It's, when you change your beliefs, you change your life. It's as simple as that. You just have to be willing to do the work. The last block we're going to look at today is the inner self-talk. And of course, there's positive self-talk. That's what we want. Then there's negative self-talk. That's one of those inner limitations. And what is it? They are those judgmental things that you silently, continuously, automatically just keep telling yourself. And you're often not even aware that you're doing it. Those things like you look in the mirror and you go like, oh man, you look old, or you got, look wrinkly, or who do you think you are? Do you think you can do that? So here is a statistic, which when I first saw it, it really shocked me. So it's commonly believed that we're thinking 50 to 70,000 thoughts a day. 95% of those thoughts are unconscious. 95% are the same as yesterday's. And 80% are negative. Wow. So if we want to live our dreams, if you want to make changes, if we want to live our best self, can we afford to, first of all, not knowing what's happening in here? And thinking the same thoughts we thought yesterday, the day before, and thinking 80% negative thoughts? No, we can't. This is what sabotages our life. And so why are our thoughts so important? Well, first of all, if we have negative self-talk, it makes us feel miserable and small. We want to crawl into a bed and hide. And also, our thoughts are powerful energies. They're vibrations that attract to us the people and the conditions that match our thoughts. So thoughts, positive or negative, unfailingly come back to you. So let's choose the positive ones, right? And here I've got a great tool for you, which I think will be quite an eye-opener for you. And there are different apps like this, but I'm just showing you this one here. It's an app called Intent the Change Reminder. You can download it on your smartphone and you can set intervals where it alerts you during the day. And I suggest just do it for a week. It'll give you quite some insight. And every time you hear the ding, ask yourself, what's been happening in my head? What have I just been thinking about? And then have a little, maybe have a little notepad with you and just write down those thoughts. Because the thing is, when you shine the light of conscious awareness on your thoughts, you take your power back and you can start to replace them with healthy, empowered thoughts, thoughts that are the truth of who you really are. Let me know how that works for you. The truth is, change your thoughts from negative to positive, and you change your life from negative to positive. Let me introduce you to Wendy. She went through this process with me. And this is what she says. Lifelong shackles have fallen off. She feels lighter, laughs more, consciously responds rather than reacts. She gains self-worth, self-respect. Her relationships are now freer, more authentic and empowered. And for the first time in her life, she started to lose weight. And what I really want to stress here, that's why I love this kind of work, because the thing is, I didn't have to put anything into Wendy. I didn't have to create anything. All we needed to do was remove those internal blocks, and her inner brilliance, her inner self-worth, self-respect, her inner lightness, her authenticity and freedom just came out naturally. It's in there. It's waiting for you. And remember, if Wendy can do it, so can you. And very briefly, just want to show you the bigger picture, the bigger landscape of what is possible in transformation. And so today we just looked at this area here, just below the, circled by the red circle, the emotions, the beliefs, and the self-talk. But it all starts with this purple circle on the left, awareness. That's where it all starts. Awareness of your past conditioning and awareness of your authentic self, your true self, your potential. And we've got processes for both to give you this awareness and to anchor you in your true self. Then what we can do is we start the empowerment process. We do mindset work, and we've got a lot of different things we do there. Then empower your way of being. So this is where healing comes in, where you're reconnecting with your body, your emotions, with your spirit. And then we're adding those inspirational goals. And again, there's a whole bunch of things how we support you in that. But the combination of the awareness, the empowerment, and those inspirational goals, you moving step by step towards your inspirational goals, you'll be several times, you'll be circling through the awareness empowerment process. This is what's going to get you closer and closer to your goals, and this is what leads to life transformation in the big circle. And you first of all, you start to empower the relationship with yourself, more self-love, more self-compassion. Relationships with others become more harmonious. You get better boundaries. Your career, your money situation, your health and well-being, whatever area in your life, this is a process that leads to sustainable transformation. What we covered today was, first of all, the truth of your deepest potential, this amazing, limitless potential that you have inside of you, and that you're capable of creating whatever you want. Okay. Then number two, we were talking about those 3 internal blocks that can stand in the way of us really expressing this potential. And that can be burying the true self. And this is the unresolved emotional issues, disempowering beliefs, and negative self-talk. And I gave you some tools and some tips of how you can start to clear them. Okay. And then we had a look at the bigger landscape, those three essential elements that lead to empowerment and then life transformation and help you create your dreams. So the truth is, you can be, do, and have what you want, right? And you can achieve your dreams. But the reality is, there may be some stuff in the way. Unresolved emotions, disempowering beliefs, and your negative self-talk. And what we found is when your conscious and subconscious are not in alignment, they fight each other and they pull you off course. But if we can get your emotions and your beliefs in line, in sync, your subconscious with your conscious, you're going to be racing towards fulfillment of your dreams and your goals. Things can happen really quickly. Imagine for a moment what it will be like when in 2020 you reach your goal, you manifest your dream, whether it's the relationship or your health goal or your career or that inner peace that you're longing for. Just how would your life change? How would you be feeling? And so I'd really like to challenge you here right now to make a stand for who you are, your potential, and how you want to live your life. And I've given you some tools here. If this is enough for you right now, that's fantastic. But if you want to get results faster, and in every group there are a handful of women who want to get results faster. They're done with doing it by themselves. They're ready to ask for help, even if this is sometimes a little tricky or a little difficult. But if you do want results faster, I've opened up a handful of complementary empowerment consultations. The way those sessions look is that you let me peek behind the curtain of your life and let me see your goals and your aspirations and your struggles. And then I give you my suggestions for where I see your best potential for empowerment and transformation. If you do want results faster and if you do want to book one of those sessions, this is your next step. So just go on my calendar, go on this link when we're done with the session, and just to let you know that those sessions are for people who are really willing to change. They're willing to invest in themselves and willing to push your comfort zone, because this first session is just the beginning to empower you to do really great things. Fair enough? And so your next step, just click this link that takes you straight on my calendar. If you can't find a time that works, please email me and tell me you've been in the webinar and we're going to make it work for you. Are there any questions? There was one more question about whether this also works for loss, whether this works. And yes, loss is a trauma. And often loss we don't process fully because we don't have the time, or we don't give ourselves the time to go through the stages of the grieving process. And so yes, absolutely, the journey work works beautifully with grief, and I'm happy to talk to you if you need more information. Keep affirming the positive, keep affirming the truth. The truth is you're beautiful, you're amazing, you got everything you need. And I want to thank you for being here. I hope this inspired you to really stop settling and start living and confidently go for your dreams. Thank you for being here. Lots of love.